It yeah, it broke because my internet was disconnected for like 5 seconds. But we're back. Okay, making sure that we're actually like staying connected and stuff, because that was super annoying. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Yeah, I'm at. So yeah, in case y'all need a quick catch up, I'm a. I'm a. I was showing y'all like what each of the upgrades are like. So we have Star Gain, which just increases the base amount of stars you get. There's Gem Speed, which has a max, and it really just determines like how far this can travel. Gem amount is it basically turns it into a shotgun. Before just makes a bunch of ducks spawn. But yeah, you definitely want to have the all of the gain up, all of the what am I saying? All of the gem amount up, because otherwise you're not gonna be able to handle the amount of ducks. Well, maybe. Because you can kind of spam the button to shoot. Yeah, range is another thing you definitely need to rank up. And for all of your knowledge, I have not shared this project yet. So this is completely unique. All of y'all are getting a very special preview of this. So, just so y'all know. Yeah, I'm a sorry about that. Yeah, I think the first order of business is to to rename the gym speed, because I think gym speed is a bit intuitive. I think range is a bit more of an explanation to what it is. Nice. And just so that we don't have any problems in the future, I'm also gonna rename this the same thing. Now, this game does get kind of laggy. I mean, with so many ducks spawning, you'd imagine it gets really laggy. So instead, we are gonna make a duck limit. So we have a limited amount of ducks here, which we're gonna set to, say, 100 at the very beginning. And then we're gonna have it say that it only creates clones if the amount of ducks is not over at the duck limit. So how we're gonna do that is we're gonna take duck limit and we're gonna make a new variable called current ducks. We're gonna set the current ducks to 0. And so now we're gonna say if current ducks is I need to think. If current ducks is less than the duck limit, then it will do this. And then we also need a way to manage the amount of ducks. So we're going to say whenever a clone is created, we're going to change current ducks by 1. And then when we have this that deletes the ducks, which is over here, we're going to say change current ducks by -1. With all of that set in place, let's check it and to make sure that everything's working right. So, the ducks spawn like normal, and we'll wait a minute for them to build up. Yeah, the duck army needs to rise. No, that's gonna take a while. I think instead, let's just set our stars to an unreasonable amount, and just get the duck increasing thing up. And eventually, this should stop because, well, there's too many ducks. Yeah, there's a bunch of ducks. And as soon as we take away some, it'll add more. I think this works well. It helps to balance out the duck population and helps to keep the game from running like garbage. But yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to show y'all on this project. But do not go away, because we have a lot more to cover. So, Pixel Town was probably one of my favorite projects, just because I put a lot of work into it. I took my time to find a decent pixel art, like web browser app thing, whatever you'd call it, and use that to make all of these main sprites, and then I just used those sprites to build this game. And personally, they turned out pretty decent. So, as you play, these old dudes will start spawning in. They give you 1/100th of your money gain, and you can click on them to get rid of them, but at the chance of them increasing your money gain, meaning that the others will also produce more. So you can keep on going and either let these guys build up to get you like super fast money generation, or just kill them off and get more money gain so that your future ones will also have that increased money gain. I know, it's such a unique concept, oh my goodness. And then, you'll see, once we have enough, we can buy this, which, this 1% chance, it's explained here, which, why is there a Q here? But it's explained, here. Basically, this is your chance of more than one little dude spawning in at once. So as you play, you can get more and more little dudes spawning in. And then we're just gonna let our money build up. Excuse me. Let's let all this build up a little bit. And once it does, we'll be able to buy the workshop. And this will not only spawn in a bunch more little dudes as soon as you buy it, but this also increases the amount of money that the little dudes can give you in money gain. And then let's not forget about the pet shop. There are currently 4 pets in the game, and the first one you can buy is Bob. He's just a big friend. Very loved by the townsfolk. In fact, so loved that that he increases the chances of more than one spawning at a time. So yeah, pretty cool. You can also get a dog, a rabbit, and a golem. So you could probably play Minecraft in this. and don't worry, you can very nicely just switch pets. Yeah, you don't have to worry about like losing one when you get another. You can freely switch between pets. So it's a little janky right now. I think I understand why, but I'm too lazy to fix it. But yeah, this can help you really get populated fast. Okay. So yeah, and again, other pets. Again, it's kind of janky to switch them. But the pet, the dog, if I recall it correctly, which I do not recall correctly, let me see this. Okay, it increases overtime money gain. Which... Stop! I already forgot like what that does. I'm over here forgetting my own stuff. Dog bonus. Is it here? Anyway, yeah, we're just gonna pass over that. Oh hey, look, we have a lot of money. Gee, I wonder what this new thing is. What if I click it? Oh. Why is it doing that? Oh yeah, because the thing. Yeah, you can prestige in basic based on how much money you have when you prestige, like determines the prestige bonus. So yeah, that's neat. There's also this. Y'all remember this, right? Right? I worked my butt off for this one. I won't even lie to you. As soon as it loads. Man. This is taking a while. There he goes. Yeah, cool Cuphead ripoff that I actually tried on. Yeah, I swear this isn't just another trash ripoff. Like, I actually genuinely tried with this. Every time you restart, you get a different boss to fight. You have between like 7 different shots you can choose. You have lightning, fire, ice, rocks, magic, water, which doesn't work in this. Just imagine it does. Wind. You can also do friendly spell. And then also there's just the basic shot, which is the only shot actually that allows you to use a super move. Corruption. Oof, I died. Let's do it again. This guy I consider the final boss. Not only is he like the tankiest, but he also has some of the hardest things to dodge. Because he has that goes up a little, and it slowly goes down. And that little orb that shoots out. And then probably his most common attack, which is that little spike thing. Which is one of the only attacks, by the way, that, like, directly home in on you. Oh, and, y'all want to see the Phase 2? I'll let y'all on a little secret, because y'all are special to me. You can put in a very specific combination of arrow keys to do different things. Specifically, if you go into a fight and you press left right, you get a little health bar. So yeah, that's very helpful. And well, if you press up, left, down, right, Phase 2. Yeah, I love the design I went for with this Phase 2. Like a true beast of the void. Yeah, I love everything that I did with this game. Well, most things at least. Things like this guy, they have some problems. Things like his top-down attack is like super hard to dodge. It plays with the mechanic of going up and down. I like the idea, but I feel like I could have done it a little bit better. Yeah. Loki Megabyte should be the final boss of this game. Megabyte, I feel like, is the one of the hardest ones. Just because, like, his attacks are slightly unpredictable. Like, especially that top-down attack, it can really catch you off guard. Especially if you try to go up. Which is one of the reasons why I buffed the turning small thing, because normally you're supposed to go in between between the top and bottom, but when you're small you can't do extra animations, nor can you go between sections, which can also lead to you building up like a lot of speed. And yeah, Daydream Loki is kind of easy. The hardest attack is their down-up ability, which can be a little tough to dodge. I think around this area right here is a good place to stay for dodging most of their attacks. because the spinning stars mostly just target the entire top. The lightning is kind of rare actually, and attacks only the top and bottom, so staying around the middle helps. And dealing with the star, I mean, as long as you don't have sucky RNG, then then you can just like spam going up. And also, I just love the idea of the water just not working for this guy. Like, it's supposed to be based on the lobber in Cuphead, and because of that, I wanted it to be like more affected by gravity than the other two, or than most of the other shots. And overall, Swift Locks, the whole thing is very unique because they cause all shots, aside from the wind shots, to be very slow. And that ain't just me spitting, that's actually how the game like works. And I tried my best to keep this from activating photosensitive viewers, which, thinking back on it, I probably should have mentioned that ahead of time. Sorry. Sorry about all that, but that I tried to lessen the effect, because originally there were like some weird black dots and it just wasn't looking good. So I did what I could to fix it. This guy is where I started getting more experimental with some of the attacks. Like that lasso attack you just saw. Yeah, it literally works to where it activates as soon as you jump again. And then you have to like keep it from grabbing you. I like how I did it. And then there's another attack this guy does, if he will oh so politely do it. Is basically a gun. And I think this was my first time like actually making a type of clone of something that can like shoot its own projectile. Because like I've always struggled with getting that kind of thing to work. I can never really like understand how to get a clone of something to like have its own cloned projectile. Every time I try, it usually ends up with me having like a lot of difficulties actually getting each and every clone to have its own bullets. And it's actually something that I tested recently to try to understand better, which I think I did pretty decently with. And there's actually something really... Okay, yeah, this. So this is one of the secret seasonal bosses that I did. They have a rare, like, I think 1 in 100 chance of spawning. And so, whenever you boot this up, and whenever you, like, restart, there's always a 1 in 100 chance that you'll come across one of these guys. They each have 3 attacks like every other boss, but they're a bit more unique. They have more personality, that's for sure. I'd gladly show y'all the other ones, but it's gonna be tricky to, like, find them. The idea of this guy's design was taken kind of from the Headless Horseman. Ow, I died. Oh no, that was him. I get trigger happy. Yeah, if you want to get them naturally, you kind of just have to spam it or hope you get lucky. Yeah, I don't want to be spamming that all day, so instead let's just cheat. Hey, there's never been anything wrong with cheating. I don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, the simplest way you can, like, guarantee getting a seasonal boss is by literally just cheating this system, by just setting these to the same numbers for the bosses. Just make sure you set them back. But now, yeah, I think this one's probably the hardest one of them. Saint Kick. Yeah, he's definitely one of the trickier ones. Quickly before I die. I beefed that one. Yeah, his second phase I actually really like, even though this music is kind of obnoxious. I really like this boss. Especially his second phase. Like, I think I did a perfect job on it. Yay, happy music. Yeah, this is Beaster Bunny. I forgot what his, like, weakness was. Oh yeah, magic. Yeah. He's also really tricky. He just doesn't have the he just doesn't have the kinds of tricks that a Saint Kick has. Because honestly, Saint Kick is just an absolute menace. He's plummeting me with eggs and candy. Yeah. And again, we aren't... I didn't want to say that. Let me set that back, because otherwise you can't really play the other ones. But, yeah. So that's cast. This one is something that I built specifically for the community. OC Maker, but Twinks. This literally uses the same type of like body shape as my Persona Matt. You can change a bunch of different things. There's a lot of options here. And if you aren't sure, then just press R and you can randomize. Oh, and don't worry, there's also mobile compatibility, which, frankly enough, also like makes it super easy to like know what you're doing. So you can see like all of the options without like having to worry about stuff. And don't worry, I do plan to add more to this. It's mainly the whole idea of like I'll add community suggestions, because I want to include my community in this project. So yeah, I make sure that I am doing any kind of suggestion I can. And of course, you can also like color things. You can have like a very awkward body colors. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of things you can do. And overall, I'm just making sure this is as accessible as it can be. So yeah, recent recent things was like adding fur color and a lot of hat cosmetics, including animal ears. So yeah, this is the Z Gamer Gallery. Yeah, I did a bunch of stuff. Really just like drawing my characters and stuff, and also just showing these guys because otherwise that would have been insanely hard to draw. Even Matt as an 8-bit character. Yeah, I really like what all I've done. This little animation that I did. Very simple, very stylistic. I'm oh hey. Hey there. Some square stuff. We're just showing some Scratch stuff. You a fan of Scratch? I I have attempted to make a type of like Cuphead system. This is Tank Man, and yes, he does shoot. If I can remember the right button for it. I can't seem to remember buttons apparently. I really can't remember what button it was. Which of these buttons did it? There we go. Yeah. You can kind of just spam this. Wahoo! This was also my attempt at like getting platforms to work. I suck at it. Okay. That number is that number is 1,290 or 269,482,148 for some. Eh. You happy now? Man, unreliably normal tower defense. Remember, it is unreliably normal. Now let's click the balloon to start shooting at hippopotamuses. It is completely normal. Oh, the ID for your project. That's cool. Let me fight off against the hippos real quick. Okay, let's try this. 1269482 148. Geometry dash wave. Okay, pretty good. kind of suck. Hold on. Oh, that flipped gravity. Okay. Now I'm tiny. I'm a little man. My spamming skills are only good at like clicker games. Uh, like I can spam pretty fast. Hold into no clip. Oh, cool. Yep. Tiny, 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 tiny. For debug. Oh, that's interesting. More stuff to go on my screen and only distract me further. It's also interesting that you have gravity set to 0. What's that about? Oh wait, that. Oh, I think I know. Isn't it to like detect if you're flipped? Yeah, that's a pretty clever way to do that. Variables are very important for keeping track of data. Yeah, that's a very clever way to do that. I often use variables for many of my things. One of the most notable things being for keeping track of gun data when you're making a shooter. You can keep track of basically every single parameter of a gun. Its recoil, its bullet speed, its damage, any of that you can keep track using variables in place of the original numbers. I died again. I was never all that great at Geometry Dash. Don't get me wrong, I'm good at like rhythm-based games like FNF. But like Geometry Dash has just had that kind of spark that's really tricky for me. It often feels a little offbeat compared to how other things would be. maybe that's just me. AGK2. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. You ever think about just shapes and beats? Check the editor. What editor are you talking about? I'm a little surprised I made it past that first one. Oh, oh, that editor. Okay, you have that as like the base stuff. Uh, okay, so that's that's more of what you do for a very scripted game. Like you have these very specific times where something happens. What you could do instead is have them glide a certain amount of seconds to one position to the other. That way you save time from repeating the same action to simply doing the same thing. Huh. Uh, I'm looking. This wave sprite? Hmm. You have like 5 different checks all in one. There's actually a really easy way you can shorten all this. I'm gonna do this part as a quick example. What you can do is an OR block. So you can place this in, add another OR block, and we'll use this top one as the primary thing. Add the second obstacle to it. Use another OR block, and just continue on like that. You don't need to make all of them as like several separate things that do the same thing. You can use an OR block to detect if it's either this or that. So yeah, Just saying, like, there are ways you could have shortened this. Yeah, I feel you there. When making games like this, it can make you feel pretty lazy pretty fast. I often compare myself to a cat because they're also lazy. I think a cat is my spirit animal. Yeah, a test would make sense. Actually made a similar thing, just not not like the same kind of thing. This is a normal stroll. Yeah, see that little counter up there? That is basically the progression system. It'll count up to, I think it was 10,000. It has the same kind of like wave mechanic. I just did it a little bit differently. I have a kind of fading out trail behind it and use it more at a very calm angle. And also this thing. Yeah, this was my attempt at putting some kind of lore into a Scratch project. This counts up to about 5,000 before something really happens. And now here's where the fun part begins. You gotta dodge these little like ball things that come at you. I didn't think too much on the design. But they're randomly generated to only go in most areas of the screen. If you're clever enough, you can dodge them quite easily. And you kind of want to dodge them as much as possible because if you don't, well, the end is really hard. Okay, let's go to that one. So 728, 467, 856. This is taking a little bit of time to load. Okay, wow, a lot more like built upon. And man, this was not lying about the lag. Sheesh. I mean, like, I'm making, hitboxes and stuff. I've had experience with making hitboxes. I mean, it isn't that bad with the lag. It's still like manageable. I'd I'd at least say it's like more possible than the other thing. But yeah, that that hitbox thing. I probably actually gotta load it up from my computer since I never actually like added it to Scratch. So this is what I tested. Just a very basic like tank thing, or like whatever you want to call this thing, and it has very particular collision using this thing as the base instead of anything else. I'm trying to understand what that means. It's basically trying to get the primary mouse's position in like drawing a line using the mouse. Am I correct? Am I? Oh yeah, this is the clone shooting test. This game is very unfair. They're giving up on me. 53938. 1 a.m. Sheesh. Ah, interesting. Wait for it. Okay. Okay. Let's see this 3D effect. It takes 2 minutes. Okay, we're gonna be here for a bit. I do kind of see a type of 3D object, but more of a 3D donut. I have before attempted perspective. It's tricky to get used to, but hey, it does turn out pretty good. Like a tunnel with bumps. Yeah, I see it. It's a very rainbowy tunnel. Yeah, I definitely see it. It's almost kind of like a funnel. See your other projects? Sure. Welcome to Scorch. Why is that the first one I note? Soggy Simulator. Why does this intrigue me? What are we talking here by soggy? What, what what are we doing here? I'm pressing buttons and nothing's happened. Oh, there we go. Uh-huh. Longus. Think I can get the high score? Yeah, lucky good song choice. If I get copyrighted though, that's your fault. $10, huh? Wave generator. Ugly ass screensaver. Flappy Duck. Water Flame Final Battle. Oh, you've made a Pong game? You know, I've made a Pong game before. Let's see here. Probably a bit lower. Yes, here it is, Pong Boy. Oh yeah, and don't worry. If you don't have a friend to play with, you can play with a bot. But the bot is like a real challenge. It follows the ball almost perfectly. Yeah, it's a little glitchy though. Sometimes the ball like gets stuck like inside of the pongs. Mhm. I can confirm that it's at least possible to beat the bot. And also you can like play 2-player if you're on the same computer. Player 1 is WASD and player 2 is the arrow keys. So yeah, that is one that I personally think turned out pretty good. Even if it's a little janky at times. Also, this is a weird game that I made. In this, you play as a dragon and you have to shoot fireballs at a like butterfly. And the butterfly has like, I want to say like 30 times the amount of health you do. It's very slow though, so it takes time to catch up to you. I know. It's part of my trend of like just using random assets made by Scratch and just using them to make some of the craziest games. I like seeing what I can do with stuff. I'm very imaginative. Creative, maybe a bit of a stretch, but imaginative, definitely. I have a couple other games like this. Let's see. Obviously that game. I have let's see. Cause like a lot of these are like very old. Okay, there's this one. This one, which I absolutely love. I started Scratch, I think, let's see, if I remember correctly, I started Scratch, you did in 2023. I believe I started Scratch, somewhere in early 2025. Yeah, meet, Taco versus Heart Simulator. This was using my knowledge of a trick for making gravity. So yeah, this game was like one of the bigger ones. The idea is that you'd play it in 2-player. The one controlling the tacos would be able to press different buttons to trigger attacks. Which you could probably do like that, but also there's a bunch of other things you can do. Like these seemingly inescapable homing projectiles, which you kind of have to go between the two sides to dodge. As well as the tacos, like different abilities. Fire. Which each element would also have its own effects. Like fire causes you to take burning damage, which you could see up here. You take burning and it shreds your health over time. Neutral basically decreases the amount of gravity that you have. And it can change between a positive or negative number. A positive number decreases, or a positive number like makes your gravity go lower, and a higher number makes a negative number makes your gravity go higher. gravity is lower. If I do this, now my gravity is higher. And then there's dark, which literally blackens out the screen, making it harder to see. And also each one does something slightly different. Like the dark is like much faster, while the neutral is like much slower. Neutral, dark, neutral, dark. And obviously, as you could see in the beginning, shock makes you slower. The heart also has things it can do. If you press in, you can like shoot at the taco. You also have different types of guns. Like you have a shotgun, you have a sniper, you have an SMG. And if you do the Konami code, you get the most powerful shot. A literal RPG. Oh, yeah, sorry for ignoring you. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 7, 3, 7, 4, or 7, 1, 4, and 1, 6, 9. Oh, there's that well came to Scarch. Make anything. It's so intentionally janky that it's actually good. Scratch cat and go burp. This will be in my nightmares tonight. You know what? You deserve a like for that. This is something I made specifically for artists. You can literally draw anything. Like that thing. You can also change colors. So yeah, this is very neat. you can do a lot of things, but you gotta like pay attention to the controls because there's a lot of them and they're a little tricky, honestly. You can change your saturation, so you can make it like 30 if you want. You can also change your color. So like say you want blue, you're probably gonna do like 50. Or that's cyan. And the blue would probably be 40, I mean. Never mind, that's a green. Maybe if I put my saturation back to 100. There we go. That's blue. You can just color this entire thing. Here, I know exactly what to do. That is a very tan. And also, I gotta set this saturation back. I'm about to do live stream art. I guess that'll work. I'm about to do some live stream art here. You're not gonna want to avert your eyes for this one. Can't forget his top hat. Can you guess what character this is? So not very easy. You got it. That was so jank. Let me grab myself an eraser. I'm gonna grab a large eraser and just get rid of all this. Or you can just simply press space if you're lazy. I'm gonna here's what we need. Perfect. I think this is very indistinguishable from Freddy Fazbear. Let's go look at this best thing you've ever made. Eight four three 680-070. Welcome back. Yeah, honestly, absolute cinema. Try the sequel? Okay. Super Mario Bros. 2. Or sorry. Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm getting so many coins. Not sure how I'm supposed to beat this one. Well, you know, Gray always finds a way, so I shall as well. I can keep on starting it. I'm gonna spam every single button on my keyboard until I find something. Don't know what I did, but I did something. Well then. I win. That was jank into absolute cinema. Yeah, this is my perspective test. For like using the Z-axis. Pretty clever, huh? know what, mate? Maybe I should tease my ARG. You know, like, maybe I should just show a little bit here so that people can actually catch on and stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna tease a little bit. After all, we do get a free one. Ever notice this?
I know, and your next mistake would be your last. Good. I look forward to it.
Dog.mp3. Yeah. Just so y'all know, I'm at 12 tapes here. There are currently 12 tapes to find. Probably more in the future. Go seek them out. That's the only one that I'm letting y'all know about. Anyway, who wants to watch a ball bounce around the screen? Absolute entertainment. Isn't this just absolute cinema? Look, we even have some upgrades. Yeah, anyway. Are you interested in eating pizza? Or cooking pizza? This game's the type of one to make you waste your time. We have a little cat. That's ours. But these random people hanging out in the background. We can cook some pizza. You know, each slice is worth $2. Yeah, the most recent update on this was adding the music. Imagine this game without music. Just dead silence. Yeah, this game goes real slow for quite a while until you increase the cooking time. Yeah. This was actually one of my first ones. This was one of my first attempts at this. Okay. But yeah, whole point is to shoot at these spaceships that I guess want to board your spaceship. Not really much storage to this game, as much as there's just shooting and hoping that you can kill these guys. I mean, there's not really any penalties for them getting to your base. And also, it gave me the chance to use one of my like material ideas. Yeah. This was before I started like properly using variables and like not overloading the screen.
Well, unless you just tell me what's all been going on.
This is one that I tried to make. It did not turn out well. The stream is in 240p. I mean, I don't have much experience with this stuff, so I I couldn't really tell you why. Maybe it was the auto configuration wizard that I used to like better the performance with my kind of bad laptop. Yeah, there's probably not much I can do about that right now. Your PC can't record in 15 FPS? Man. What? How? What kind of? Yeah, I think your PC is the potato. I mean, hey, at least it's probably not as bad as the Cuphead stream that I did a couple days ago. That the performance on that was horrible. I probably should have done a lot more checks on that, because I only realized by the end of the stream that 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 the FPS was like absolute dog. But yeah. By the way, y'all like my new VTuber model, or like I'm a PNG tuber model? Man, I read that and I'm just like, what what is going on with your PC? Two batteries and one is dead? Man. That that that's basically like my Xbox 360 controller. Like more than half the time. Yeah, I have an Xbox 360. I don't play it very much anymore because I've already played most of the games that I can, and I get bored very easily.
Honestly, we're not doing too bad on that.
But I mean, I have like Fallout 3 on it, and like Lego Batman 3, and Shaun White snowboarding for some reason. For some reason, I've done a lot of Shaun White snowboarding. I don't know why. Can't blame me for enjoying throwing snowballs at people. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, this game. Yeah, it's low-key trash. I had the idea of this like big whole like I'm a tower defense game, and it's this now. Man, you you found a phone that was lost 12 years ago? That is crazy. SD card still works? Hey, that's something. Wow, nice. Oh yeah, this. I'm a. So I wanted to make a type of like puzzle game where you'd have to walk around and I'm gonna find very specific items in a very specific order. And this is what I've made so far. It's relatively simple so far. But you can press space to pick up things. Ooh, shiny. Is that a key I found? Wonder where it goes. Oh, a box. The box unlocked and you see inside. A carnival ticket? Who could have predicted that one? This was just my random excuse to make some sort of like very specific puzzle game. We're super speedy now. Wow.
Where the hell's my phone?
Wow, carnival ticket inside. Wow. I have a bunch of unfinished projects, like Lapman.
Dude, I went over there. That's like fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna make some sort of like Pac-Man clone. There's also Beat the Virus. This is something that everyone in I think it was 2021 had to deal with, just beating viruses. Bap. 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 Bap.
Okay, yeah, it's really fucking hot. So, like, fuck, man. You can't open that window behind the couch?
PLV people in 2021. Yeah, I know, right? The 2020s are gonna be considered COVID go boom. Yeah, this is my idea of a multiplayer single player game where you take control of literally every single character. It's actually a really neat concept, I think. I just need time to develop it more. Because like it's super easy and quick to swap between the characters. Top 5 things. I've only got 4 here. Look, there's 1. Here's the second. Number 3. And 4. There's also flight training. Everyone want to be a pilot? Stream. I'll text you it. If it give me a moment. But yeah, that was that game, and yeah, I found both of those sprites on Pixabay. Very interesting. I like to just look around different. Yeah, the entire chat is just you, because like next to no one else has watched. We've had 7 views in the past 2 hours. But anyway. I have to get going because I'm gonna go eat pizza. Some pizza, yay! Some pizza. So I'll end the stream here. But maybe we'll make a part 2. Make a part 2, like exploring some other stuff. So see y'all, I guess. Have fun with whatever else your day has to come.